Hello, Zainab. કેમ છો?
Hi, fine. તમે કેમ છો, ઝેનભાઈ?
Yes, so first of all, happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and wishing a very happy Mother's Day to everyone who's joining us today. Thank you.
Yes, it's a very special day. We have come up with a very interesting topic for mothers. So to start with this, I have few lines for mothers. So it's like जब एक रोटी होती है और उसके चार टुकड़े होते हैं और उसे खाने वाले पांच लोग होते हैं, तो जो कहती है कि मुझे आज भूख नहीं है, उसे माँ कहते हैं.
वाह वाह वाह,
So this
सही बात।
really sums up the topic we are coming up today, which is how can a mother uh, do some self-care, take some out time for her own care. So it's going to be a great, insightful life, inshallah. So, Zainab, you have been parenting coach. You interact mostly with mothers and with fathers. थोड़ा I don't know कितना mothers आता है for taking this parenting sessions. So, definitely you might be coming up with this. You observe that mothers do lots of sacrifices and they take care of their families. So, what is your perspective on this? Is it a right thing that you sacrifice everything for your family as a mother?
So I think generally we have been conditioned, mothers sacrifice. So we have seen our parents and our mothers especially sacrificing everything, their desires, their thoughts. Even as you said, na roti bhi they will leave it for the child, for the family. Now we have put that on a pedestal. We have said that that's the biggest thing and the greatest thing a mother can do is sacrifice. But now that we see our parents and our mothers and just ladies of our previous generation also, so many of them are getting sick or have very big health issues or are mentally very, suppressed because that's what we have conditioned and mothers have to sacrifice, So
Hmm.
what happens in that is that the mother gets bogged down by all of this. The mother suffers. Maybe she's sacrificing, and yes, there obviously have to be compromises and adjustments in terms of when you're entering a family, when you have kids, definitely. But that doesn't mean we take everything that we love or our individuality aside just to be a mother. So that's where I would make the distinction that it's okay, but not at the cost of your mental health, your physical health, and sacrificing everything just because you are a mother.
Right. Okay, so today we are going to talk how can mothers take out some time for themselves, their importance of their own care. So it's going to be an interesting life. So let's start કે પહેલા તો એમ સમજીએ કે જે sacrifices થાય છે mothers ના તો how does it affect their own health, their mental health, their well-being as a person, as an individual.
Right. So, Amna, if you go to see, okay, whenever a mother or a lady, in fact, who is handling a family, who has kids, right? So, a lady, what she does is, कि बद्दू side पर मुकी देती है because family comes first, right? So, we don't take out time for our own, exercise or even yoga or anything. The simplest of things. Even 10 minutes, if I tell a mother to remove time, and there have been so many times I tell the mothers, remove time 10 minutes, 15 minutes for yourself. And they are like, we are not able to. We do not have the time. We are so busy that we do not have the time. Right? Now, what happens with that is that obviously we are busy. But in that list only, I would join self care. So
Right.
mental health goes for a toss, right? And when mental health goes for a toss, it affects the family also. Because if we are frustrated, we are irritated, we have not got our sleep on time, we have eaten in a hurry in the morning breakfast, or our kids have eaten, family is eaten, and now we are still hungry. So Sudhase, under Sita, we are going to get frustrated, we are going to get irritated. And if when the mental health affects, then gradually your physical health will also show that has been so much, thyroid is so high, PCOD,
Hmm.
PCOS. You see, so many of the diseases and illness are mostly pertaining to the lady. Why is that? Because they suppress and they keep it all inside, and then bahar se they have to show that they are always happy. So that is what is, we need to change के in नहीं हो तो because तुम्हारी health है, if your physical health and your mental health is suffering, how can you come up for your family also, right?
Right. So definitely, they are an individual. They are also an human being
Yes,
at the end. Uh,
yes,
responsibility, of course, they have to take care, but they are also an individual. They cannot forget this fact that they
yes.
are an individual. They have to take care of it. So now let's go and talk. Okay, how can they maintain this balance of as an individual and as a responsible person of the family?
So one thing, as I always talk about, it's always a very fundamental mindset shift. First, actually accepting the fact that I also need to take care of myself and my needs also matter. If you always think that everybody else's needs matter, મને મારા બચ્ચા હશે રહેવાનું છે, મારા family હશે, બરાબર છે, રો. But if you are not healthy, if you are on the bed lying, can you recipe take care of your family? If you're
Hmm.
always frustrated, angry at your kids, are you
Hmm.
truly connecting with your kids? No, because I mean, always disconnection much more. Right? So one thing important is the mindset that I am important. So this is something like I actually tell my mothers to have a kind of, talk in the mirror to themselves that I am important and I am good enough. This is so important because આપણે ભૂલી જાય છે કે maybe એક person જો મારી individuality as I say, right, and when we forget this we don't even ask for help, we don't even tell somebody કે I need some rest, you know આપણે અંદર અંદર દબાતા જાય છે, તે અંદર અંદર આમ પછી ગુસ્સો આવે છે, why nobody is understanding that I am sacrificing so much, why does nobody understand that I also need my time. But નથી સમજીતા તો બોલો. If nobody is getting it, speak across, right? So if we do not, their mindset shift has to change. The first fundamental thing is કે first of all understanding. Now second thing is કે અગર તમારા પાસે family વાસ્તે time છે, બચ્ચાઓ વાસ્તે time છે, and if you are trying to work from home or you're going for work also, everything is in priority. Put taking care of yourself also in priority. So it has it only with mindset shift. So તમે start કરો, maybe just asking for 5 minutes કે મને 5 minutes છે ને મને breathing કરવું છે, તમે બચ્ચાઓને લઈ જાઓ. So you tell your husband take care of the kids for 5 minutes. I'll just do a breathing exercise and come. As simple as that. So ask for it what you need and take out time. So એમ નથી કોઈ બી એટલું busy નથી કે time ના નિકાળી શકે actually. It's all about prioritizing. Because I know mothers who are scrolling crazily on social media, who are constantly online, but they say they don't have time for self-care. So I'm going to call out on that, right? So it's not that you do not have time. You will have to make time for yourself.
Okay, so I guess what they can do is mirror पर एक note लगावी दे कि I have to take some time for myself because this would be the first thing they would be doing, going out and looking it so they can remember,
Yes.
remind themselves, taking care of themselves.
Yes.
And husbands also have to do this
Yes.
with aware mind કે you also have to take, they also have to remind their wives કે તમારે ધ્યાન રાખવાનું છે.
Yes. અને તમારે થોડું પેન થશે, husbands ને થોડું પેન થશે, થોડું ભારી લાગશે, બચ્ચાઓને સંભાળ, because there's this phase that comes that yeah, today is a Sunday, today I don't want to take care of the kids, today is my day. But understand that the entire week, just generally how Indian culture is. I'm not saying that women are not working, but just how Indian culture is, a lot of parenting is on the shoulders of a mother. So when you take care and a samle se aavo, that would be the cherry on the cake, That is the best thing a woman would like when the father tells, I will take care of the kids and you rest. That's what a woman truly needs.
Okay. I guess that's what we can do for our women at home કે ચલો let એક દિવસ અમારે આપી દો તમારા જે બી responsibility છે you just live for yourself. Inshallah, if that if this happens then it would be great. Like it's
Yes, it will be.
but
Yes,
it has to do it with wholeheartedly તો
yes.
એ મજા આવશે.
Yes, yeah. And it's a point you just said, but it's not, I mean, now today's generation men are amazing. So I want to congratulate everyone. જે પહેલાના જમાનામાં થતું હતું, there was absolutely no resources, no help to the mother. That has changed drastically. So even nothing husbands are not helping out or husbands are not doing anything. They're doing much, much, much more than what any of the previous generations have done. Very few men were there in the previous generation के ध्यान रखता था,
Hmm.
અને they used to take care of the kids. This is how life was. But I'm just saying is that, when it is important, or just kind of notice and observe that the mother needs care, the mother needs some rest. So just jump in, can take care, even if it's for 5-10 minutes. I'm sure the wife will value it.
Yes. I'll try to be that good husband. Okay. Now you are a coach, parent coach. Definitely, you must have some techniques. You have it for sure, and we see that many parents come to you. So આજે જે લોકો બી જોઈ રહ્યા હશે, let's talk about some techniques. કે થતું હશે કે ચલો એ લોકોને હેલ્પ જોવે છે, પણ એ લોકો માંગતા નહીં because કે મને guilty લાગે કે નહીં મેં તો responsible person છું, મને તો આ help ના માંગવી જોઈએ. So how can women and mothers especially they, come out of this guilt and they can be that brave to ask time for themselves?
Right. So first thing में कि एक सबसे effective चीज है, maybe it's going to be difficult, is that just waking up 10 to 15 minutes before the family wakes up, or the house wakes up, or your kids wake up. Now, why is it important? Is because the start of your day is very crucial. And if you see, and this is especially for mothers who are feeling very burnt out during the entire day, yeah, એવું એક આવી રહ્યું છે કે મારા પાસે મારા ખુદ વાસ્તે time નથી જ, people are living in joint families with 2-3 kids. It's seriously hard. I'm not going to kind of glorify it, or kind of put sugary thing કે બહુ easy છે ખુદ વાસ્તે time નીકાળવું. નથી, તમારે કેટલી બધી ચીજો એડજસ્ટ કરવી પડે છે, તમારે કેટલી બધી ચીજો બધી કેવી પડે છે કે do this so I get time to myself, right? So one thing that we can do generally also is just waking up 10 to 15 minutes before the house wakes up. So your priorities don't even start then. That 10-15 minutes you have to yourself. And don't take your phone in your hand. Okay, so be with yourself. Have your hot cup of chai or coffee, whatever it is that you want. So you're having it hot. So literally, I had done this, self-care challenge 5 days with mothers, and there was so much that I had just told them to have a hot cup of chai every day. That's it. That was the challenge, to have it hot. And that itself made such a transformation. They were feeling so happy and proud because the coffee is sitting, the tea is sitting, it's getting cold, and the mother is doing everything and not even, able to serve and help and have that cup of chai for themselves. So that is one thing, right? 10 to 15 minutes before. The second thing is that it's okay to ask for help. Again, this is all coming from the part of conditioning. अपना दिमाग में ये बैठाई गई है कि mothers need to do everything, need to be superwoman. You don't need to be superwoman. It's okay if you're not a superwoman, because just imagine the pressure we give ourselves. And now with social media coming up, we see other mothers, other baba, they are doing, influencer marketing, and they are managing everything at home, and they have help. They have nannies at home. They have somebody who's cooking. We don't know what they are behind the scenes. So let's not compare our motherhood journey or ourselves and try to create a benchmark where we get drained unnecessarily. And also one, like ઘણીવાર આપણે એમ કહે છે કે આપણે બધી activities કરવાની છે, બચ્ચા હશે બધું જે બી જોયું છે, you have to do all the activities, and so that again is creating the pressure on motherhood. So another very important thing that we mothers can do is encourage independent play in kids, because that will give them some time for themselves. A lot of times we are directing the play for them, or we are doing activities for them, with them. Yes, definitely quality time with your child, playtime is important, but not all the time that your child is so dependent on you that they cannot play by themselves even for 5-10 minutes. So you don't get that piece, right? So encourage independent play, have open-ended toys. This is something we don't even think about. But अगर अपने independent play encourage करें तो definitely we will get time to ourselves, right? So ask for help even if the other person is unhappy with it. So anyone going to, the husbands kind of make a face, or there's a family member, or utilize the fact that you live in a joint family. So I had this mother in my program, and I used to see her. She was mothering all the time. Matlab, she had a joint family, and her children used to run to Dada Dadi, but she would go there and see what's happening. કે બરાબર છે કે નહીં બધું, કોઈ ખલાવી તો નથી રહ્યા, all those simple things. So stop mothering all the time. Be in the present. If the child is gone to some other person in the family, let it be. You enjoy that 5-10 minutes to yourself. So that's the important
Right.
thing that we have to remember in the small, small bits that we remove time for ourselves.
Okay. The first one is really great. Give time to yourself before family wakes up. I may એટલે because today's world of freelancing બધા કઈ રીતે કરતા હોય છે અને એના અંદર આ ચીજ કરે છે એ લોકો કે બચ્ચું ઉઠે તો તમે મારું કામ પતાવી લઉં જે બી ઓફિસ નોકરી હોય તો એના સાથે તમે તમારા વાસ્તે બી થોડો ટાઈમ નીકાળીને you give time to yourself for some meditation or yoga or whatever that really would help you in your well-being. હવે એક જે મિથની આપણે વાત કરીએ છીએ ઘડી ઘડી કે મધર્સને એમ હોય કે મેં મારું ફેમિલી માટે ફૂલ ટાઈમ આપીશ તો આઈ વિલ બી ગ્રેટ એન્ડ એવરીથિંગ વિલ બી પરફેક્ટ બટ શાયદ એ ઉલટું બી હોઈ શકે because if they are not giving time to their own self their mental health is not good, their physical health is not good. So let's talk about some facts so that they understand that you have to help yourself, you have to take care of yourself. So what do you
Okay.
think that uh, play in their daily life? Facts.
Sorry, so could you repeat the last part? Na samajh payi.
The role of self care in their daily life.
Right. So, as I said, what happens with this, I have seen mothers and I have seen ladies getting frustrated, not finding their individuality, finding that they are doing things for everybody. No one appreciates them. No one comes and congratulates, kind of says कि તમે કેટલું કરી રહ્યા છો તમારા family વાસ્તે, right? And this mother is getting suppressed inside. And one very important thing to think about this is if you have a daughter, specifically, or even if you have a son, that do you want your child to grow up to this way, suppress themselves, not take care of themselves, do everything for the family? And that single change in thought will be like, no, I don't want my child to be like. I want my child to take care of themselves. I want my child to eat good food, exercise, stay healthy. So if you want your child to do these when they're adult, the first thing is not to preach them or talk to them about it or teach them. It's about being a role model for them. So if they see you taking care of yourself, if they see you prioritizing your health, your food, whether you're eating good food or not, whether you're getting up early, even if you don't get up early, even sometimes what happens is in the night also when we go to sleep, take out time for yourself of whatever gives you joy and pleasure. And one thing,
Hmm.
remember, just reflect whether social media is giving you joy in that sense. See, work related and everything is important, but here I'm talking in terms of self care. So when we talk about
Hmm.
caring for the self, um, when we talk about caring for the self, we usually talk about that, मैं social media scroll करूँ છું या मैं જોઉં છું reels and that is gives me happiness. But many times I see that when we sit to scroll on social media or when we are seeing reels, after we come out of it, we are drained. We are not happy or we have got into this comparison mode. So have the time for social media. That's not wrong. But don't count that as self-care. Because that is not taking care of yourself. So self-care could be just listening to some good music or some meditative music or just reading a book, something that gives you joy. Okay, and not feels to leaving drained after, and like this past 2 days, me and my husband are watching after my son goes to sleep. We are watching comedy. Like there are so many shows right now which are very violent, and we tend to watch that. And suddenly, मैंने नया वाला तो अपने laughter में गई जो है, and we laughed so much, and I'm like we have not laughed so much since a very long time. Continuously we are laughing. So this is simple things we can take care of in terms of taking care of ourselves. So first is distinguishing what is truly taking care of yourself and what not is truly taking care of yourself, right? Scrolling on social media or just buying stuff, if that gives you joy, then go ahead. But that shouldn't feel you leaving drained. Second is if you do not take care of yourself, if your cup is always empty, you cannot pour with an empty cup. I always say that. Right? તમારા પાસે કઈ નહીં હોય તો તમે શું pour કરશો શું પ્યાર આપશો શું care આપશો બીજા family members ને. So you only drain. So I know it's easier said than done, but I'm just telling you, any mother listening to me out there or any parent listening to me out there, removing 10-15 minutes for yourself is not a huge thing to ask for. It's not a huge thing to demand for as well, you know. And why I say in the morning is because okay, that helps you to get a good start to the entire day. You know, अपने रात भी
Exactly.
टाइम निकाले छे बच्चा सुई जाए छे, we don't sleep, we are enjoying ourselves, we are just seeing something, watching something, whatever. But uh, Abdu bhai, where are you going? Okay, so that way, right? So it's important that we kind of have a look at it and take care and know that it's important to take care of yourself because you cannot pour from an empty cup.
Okay. આ ક્વેશ્ચન આપતું ભાઈને એ આવશે ને તમારે પૂછીશ વોટ ઇઝ ધ મિનિંગ ઓફ લાઈફ. Okay. Now, you might be coming across so many mothers every day and ઘણા બધા વાતો થતી હશે ને કાઉન્સિલિંગ થશે. So is there any case જहाँ પર આપણે તમે એ લોકોને હેલ્પ કરી કે you take time for yourself અને એના results ઘણા amazing આયા હશે. Can you share some of this?
Yeah. So I want to share two amazing mothers that I had in my intensive program. જે મેં mothers વાસ્તે કરું છું. They are for mothers of kids 2 to 6 years only. Okay, and we go through an entire intensive program where we understand and we start, you know. So there is little humans, big humans, and this is us. The big humans now only mothers are under deep જાય છે કે, you know, how has their childhood been, why it's important to take care of themselves. And I saw these two mothers specifically after coming out of the program. They, like, when I gave them assignments, they started their yoga practice. Okay, they started telling to their child that I need some time to myself. They stopped mothering all the time. You know, joint families में भी तो बच्चों जाते तो they would kind of let it be, even if things were not happening in the most conscious, positive parenting way or what the mother wanted. But when she gave space to that, there was so much more joy in her life. That when that joy came, there was more connection and more love pouring out for her spouse also and for her kids also, because now she had time to herself, you know. So just simple yoga practice and gratitude, you know. So every night saying things that you're grateful for, just a very simple thing. You don't even need to write down 3 or 5 things that you're you know, grateful for in life. That itself changed their way of behaving, changed their way of um, uh, being in life with their kids, with their spouse. So I have seen mothers when they took self-care seriously, and now they're still, you know, the program is still finished, they still do their yoga, they're still doing the reflection journaling, they're still doing the gratitude, and they're in such a state, you know, empowered space, confident space in their parenting also, and they're like, our relationship with our spouses also changed. So that's the carry on the cake.
Okay, so I guess self-realization जीवा तक नहीं थाती. Till then,
Yes.
it won't be a habit where I have to take care of myself. So I guess આ તો motherhood ની વાત થઈ ગઈ અને હમણાં કોઈ એક question બી હતો you know how can family members and especially kids make their mothers take care of their own self-care.
So, પહેલા તો એમ છે કે if nobody gives, we ask for it. Okay, that's the first thing. And that's the one thing always to remember. Okay, second thing is that family members, the best thing they do is that take care of their child or take their responsibilities a little bit. You know, when they see the mother really exhausted or when they see that the mother is really tired today, tell the mother that, you know, go rest for some time, we will take care of the kids, especially our spouse or the grandparents. So when they kind of initiate that conversation, that મેં ધ્યાન રાખીશ, તમે જાઓ, તમે થોડું rest કરી લો. Self can also means going out with your friends once in a blue moon. So do that also, you know, without the kids. Go with your husband out without the kids. I know we love our kids and we want to take them, but there's so much importance in taking time out from and far away from the kids so that two things happen. One is that you feel like your individuality, it આવે છે કે મારું બી કંઈક છે without being the mother role all the time. And second thing is that you value your relationship with your child also more because you're not if you're constantly with the child, what happens is કે अपने child ને જોઈ છે કે એ આપનાથી બધું like મારા પાસે time નથી because I have to take care of my child. મારા પાસે time નથી because I have to take care of my child. So that space to be in is kind of putting the blame on the child somewhere. कि એના વજહથી નથી. So even if it's for a play date, take your child there. And family members can really, I think, just help by being available. And when the mother asks for help, they give them the help. And also taking care of the children for some time so the mother gets time to herself. There are many, what do you say, luxurious things that family members can do, but I think these are the basic things, that could really help the mother.
Okay. So now let's wind this up with some pro tips for again for mothers કે એ લોકોને self care કરવાની છે તો some quick pro tips.
Okay, so let's just kind of summarize what I just spoke so that
Hmm.
there are like, 2 to 3 tips that I can kind of give. This one thing is very important is that having a mindset shift that we are important and what I want is also okay and I'm also good enough. Second thing comes to not comparing ourselves with other mothers' journey. So I think that also drains us to a crazy extent. So not comparing social media is one platform, take inspiration from it, learn from it, but don't get drained from it. So it's your choice, right? So whenever you go in the comparison mode, again coming back to that mother's journey, I don't truly know. Whatever they are doing or whatever they are showcasing could just be a part of their whole life. Or maybe sometimes there are many mother mom bloggers who are glorifying their life. તે એક part છે આપણે નહીં ખબર કે આખીની journey શું છે, right? Or how she's truly with her children. Okay. Yes. So very important કે એક part છે મને એનું journey નથી ખબર. So I am going to do what feels right to me. So your family, your children, you are different from other family, other mother and other children. So your child may be needing more care, more attention, and more things, more help in one activity, but the other child can do independently. So you might need more self-care than the other mother, right? So one thing understanding, not comparing. Third thing important is remove pockets of time during the day. So don't try to take 1 full hour of self-care in the entire day. If that's not possible, don't try to kind of be like a Manaji Maru self-care. A self-care just could be breathing deeply in the pockets of moment while you're cooking, while you're working, while you're taking care of the kids. Just breathing can get us in the presence and help us to perform better because we are able to kind of relax in that moment, right? Fifth is કે ask for help whenever needed. So when you see કે આ વીકમાં હશે બહુ જ hectic હતું, I had become so cranky, I had become so angry with my kids. So ask for help and take out time for yourself. Yeah.
Okay, so that were some of the quick tips uh, that mothers should follow so that they can take care of themselves. If they take care of themselves, they have a great mindset, they have great mental health, physical health. They can definitely take care of their family, their kids, their husband. So આ ચીજને રિયલાઇઝ કરવાની જરૂરત છે અને આજે મધર્સ પર અમારો આ જ મેસેજ રહેશે કે ટેક time for yourself. Even if you are responsible for so many things, you are also responsible for your own physical, mental, and so many things. So take care of yourself. Thank you, Zanabin, for being there, and it's a great gift for all the mothers out there. So they can have
It's
some
my pleasure.
realization
Thank
and
you very much for having me.
yes, most welcome.